Hey out there! This is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with another commissioned figure. This one is for Sonicstopmotions. He wanted Rouge the Bat, who is rapidly ascending the ladder to most made characters. She's right up there with Scourge and Princess Sally, assuming she hasn't already passed them. So he sent me a Wave the Swallow figure. When I opened that package and saw that it was that weird discolored wave, I groaned. Fortunately, I have learned from past mistakes, and I managed to not break this one's elbows. Yeah. The funny thing is that the reason I kept breaking the elbows is because the joint, it looks like there's a stop to prevent it from going in a certain direction, so your instinct is to bend it the opposite way, but it doesn't go that way because that's where the stop is. It turns out that you bend the elbow over the weird protrudence that looks like a stop, because that's actually the detent that holds it at 90 degrees. Like, it's just, I don't like this particular wave figure. But once I got past that little engineering gaffe, I was able to make the custom. So as we all know, the first thing you gotta do to turn Wave into Rouge is to take that flat bird chest and form the busty bat shape that everybody is familiar with a heart-shaped top pushing up her nice little cleavage. It's basically Rouge's body. So let's move on to more important bits. Her head. The head is made mostly the same as I always do, but I think these are actually my best shaped ears ever. I got them nice and thin, they have a nice cup shape to them. I really think that these are my best Rouge ears thus far. And as you can see here from the fully painted look, Sonicstopmotions favored the lighter skin Rouge the Bat, as seen in games such as Sonic 2006. Now, there was a bit of a different challenge for her arms. Normally, when I make a Rouge figure, I use the hands from a Blaze or Silver because they're the smallest and daintiest of the hands. Unfortunately, because, I only had this one figure to work with and I really don't have any spare parts anymore, at least of those two characters, I had to work with what I got. The first thing to do was to shorten those hands because Wave has super long arms. Completely cutting off the cuff from her glove, and I even cut off some of the protrudence of the mushroom peg underneath that. I ended up with arms that are more proportionately sound for the way Rouge is going to come out. I then had to sculpt on those big old opera gloves. It always looks kind of weird the way that there's no wrist on these things. I don't know, Rouge's gloves, they just don't, they're weird shaped. If you take a look at Rouge, her arms just kind of look weird because of how huge the gloves are compared to how skinny her arm is past it. But yeah, those are her arms. Now, the special thing is how I made her feet. Because I didn't have any Blaze shoes on hand, I had to improvise. So what I did was I took a pair of Tails' feet, which are way more common and I have a ton of, and I cut into them the shape of the high heel. Then I sculpted over the scars with a little bit more epoxy sculpt, and I made some really good high heels. Cutting off the sock cuff and sculpting around her legs to approximate the thigh-high boot look, it actually looks really good. I think it actually looks a little bit better than what I usually do with Blaze's feet. So yeah, this might be the new way to make Rouge feet from now on. And then her wings. They're made of craft foam. Because that toothless figure that I normally get the Rouge wings from, very difficult to buy now because, no more How to Train Your Dragon merchandise in stores. Actually, you may as well call this figure the budget Rouge the Bat because everything about it that's unique is corners I had to cut to find a way to make her using less rare parts. So let's take a look at the completed Rouge the Bat figure. I swear one of these days I'm going to find a way to make sure that my voice doesn't get cut off before I finish saying the word figure when I do that. But yeah, here is Rouge. You know, that unpaintable nylon plastic they use in the pin discs is always an annoyance. So, although like since there's such a light shade of purple, that kind of blends in with the pink of her glove cuff. So I guess it's not that egregious. And yeah, there we go. You can see the effect of the shorter arms. If it weren't for her giant hands, her wrists pretty much line up with her hips like a human being would. And yeah, that's Rouge. She still has all the posability of Rouge. Alright, so this has been Wake Angel 2001 making another Rouge figure. And I'm on a roll. Let's hope I get another figure soon.